Hey, good day, traders. Today I'm going to take you through peak formations. Okay, so we're going to look at briefly peak formations in the market maker cycle. So a peak formation is also, well, in ICT it's also known as a source, or what people call swing high, swing low. What else do we have? It peak formations, so swing high, swing low, or just turning points or major support and resistance. These are the terms that other people may call them, but the market maker, we know them as peak formations. Okay, so with peak formations, there's different ways of how we can find peak formations. Okay, so for now, let me just draw, if you recall, the market maker pattern, what we see when we see the market maker pattern, right? So basically, as I showed in the previous video, we have got, use a different color here. We have got what we say, we start off with the M. This is like if it's a line chart, then we have A, W. Then we have W, we have V, M. And this pattern continues and continues in that direction. Okay, so when we talk of a peak, let me just use a different, this here will be our peak formation. This here will be our peak formation. This over here will be our peak formation. Okay, so that is basically, this would be a peak formation high, and over down here, this here would be a peak formation low. Okay, so now there's different ways in which we can use to identify a peak formation. The first, which I love, is the market maker cycle. When the cycle is complete, we also have got patterns. We also have got the use of the TDI, and we can say average daily range, ADR. Okay, so let me just, we'll stick through. We're going to look at, we're going to look at the market maker cycle, patterns, TDI, ADR. Let me see what I can put in time for everybody here. So I always love to use charts. So let's just have a look at a chart. Normally on the majors, we see this stuff more clearly. Come along. Where is a major pair? Can even just take CAD. Just load my template. Market maker method. Okay. So this is today. So let's just look back, see if I can, already you can see a peak here. Well, you'll get used to it with time when you see it. So I said patterns, right? So this is, I'm on H1, right? Yes, H1 time frame. Okay, here is a good cycle right here. So we can have a look at this cycle from here up to there. That is a cycle. I've shown you guys this cycle before. Let me just draw it again. As you can see how it shows so clearly on the charts. So this is our peak formation low here. We have 1, we have 2, came back again, but basically that is 3. Okay, so this is a nice cycle from here, starting from here up to here. So this over here is what we'll call a peak formation low. This over here is what we'll call a peak formation high. Okay, So as I said, right, let's just have a look at this. I said we can use the cycle. I said we can use patterns. I said we can use the TDI. I said we can use the EMAs to discover a peak formation high or peak formation low, isn't it? So let's just keep that there. Hope you can see that. Right, let me get my annotate. So let's just look at the cycle. Already I've just shown you the cycle, right? This was the cycle. So when the cycle is complete, you can say you're expecting a peak. So already here we would have seen one push, second push, and that was the third push. So already we could say we're expecting a peak. So that's how you identify a peak. So that is with the cycle. When the cycle is completed, patterns, we have got different patterns in the market which appear. Okay, what we mean by patterns, we mean basically what we see on the chart, right? You know, the head and shoulders, M's, W's, some people call it, they call them, what is it, double tops, double bottoms, all those sort of things, Batman, half of Batman, all those things. So we expect to see these kind of patterns. We expect to see a M. At a peak, we expect to see a W. At a peak, this is as if it's a line chart, guys. We expect to see something like a head and shoulders. We expect to see something like an inverted head and shoulders. These sort of patterns at peak formations. Then, of course, you've got your half of Batman there. Sorry. This is something like that. Yeah, half of Batman, inverted half of Batman. So those are the patterns which we expect to see at peak formations, right? And then this is for you to identify a peak formation. We also have got the TDI, like the TDI, as you can see with this example. And with the TDI, basically we're saying at extreme levels. As you can see, the TDI has got a 68 level there. It's got a 32 level there. So as you can see, just look at these two peak formations at extreme levels of TDI. Right there is extreme levels of TDI. And right over there, it's extreme levels of TDI. So we can see that's where our peaks formed. Corresponding, that's another tick. So that's a tick. That's another tick right there. So the TDI, and then we also have got the EMAs. So the EMAs, when we see these EMAs giving spaces in between, we are saying we're expecting a peak formation. Just look at the spacing between these EMAs. Look at that. And that's where this peak formation low came, as well as there you can see the spacing. That's where that peak formation came. Okay, so that is using the EMAs. So basically, as you can see, just quickly from this one chart, that is basically what we speak of when we speak of peak formations. Okay.
Learn, then earn money online. You control your money. You control the risk and the reward. Start from as little as $10. Stop losing to get-rich-quick scams and pyramid schemes. Learn a legitimate skill of online trading. Already a trader? Stop donating to brokers. Become independent. Stop relying on signals and careless account managers. Learn to trade the market maker way. Take our course and follow the rules of big banks and smart money. Get wisdom. Get understanding. Get wealth. Contact MarketWise Traders today.